In 1513, a man wrote a book so controversial, so brutally honest about power, that it was banned by the Catholic Church. His name was Niccolò Machiavelli, and he didn't write about how the world should work. He wrote about how it actually works. He said, if you want power, stop being so nice. Stop playing fair. Stop waiting for good things to come to good people. Because the world doesn't reward virtue. It rewards strategy. Today, I'm going to show you 5 rules from The Prince, Machiavelli's handbook on power, that explain why some people rise while others fall. Why manipulators win, why being too good can destroy you. This isn't advice, this is awareness, because once you see these tactics, you'll recognize them everywhere, in your workplace, your relationships, even in yourself. Let's begin. Rule 1. It's better to be feared than loved. Machiavelli asked a simple question. If you had to choose, would you rather be feared or loved? Most people say loved, but Machiavelli said that's naive. Here's why. Love is fragile. Fear is reliable. People love you when it benefits them. When times get hard, when it's inconvenient, when someone better comes along, love disappears. But fear keeps people in line even when you're not looking. Fear doesn't need affection. It just needs a consequence. Machiavelli wasn't saying be cruel for cruelty's sake. He was saying, if people don't respect your boundaries, they'll walk all over you. Think about it. The boss everyone loves but doesn't respect? Ignored. The parent who wants to be their kid's best friend? Walked over. The partner who's too afraid to set boundaries? Taken for granted. Being loved feels good. Being feared keeps you safe. Modern example. Look at any powerful leader. They're not trying to be liked. They're trying to be respected. And respect, Machiavelli knew, is built on the understanding that there are consequences for crossing certain lines. You don't have to be cruel, but you do have to be willing to enforce boundaries, or people will test you until they break you. Rule 2. Never show weakness, even when you're weak. Machiavelli said, a prince must always seem strong, even if he is not. Why? Because people don't follow weakness, they exploit it. The moment you reveal vulnerability to the wrong person, they file it away. And when it benefits them, when they need leverage, when they want to undermine you, they'll use it against you. This doesn't mean be vulnerable. It means being strategic about who sees your weakness. Machiavelli watched leaders lose everything because they showed doubt at the wrong moment. They admitted they didn't know what to do. They let their enemies see them falter, and their enemies struck immediately. In modern life, this plays out constantly. The employee who admits they're struggling, passed over for promotion. The person who constantly overshares their insecurities becomes the target of gossip, manipulation, or dismissal. Machiavelli isn't saying be fake. He's saying control the narrative, project strength in public, process weakness in private, because the world rewards the appearance of competence more than actual competence. And fair or not, that's the game. Rule 3. Do harm all at once. Benefits slowly. Here's one of Machiavelli's darkest tactics and one of the most effective. He said, injuries should be done all together, so that being tasted less, they offend less. Benefits should be given little by little, so they may be better enjoyed. Translation: if you have to hurt people, do it fast and completely. Get it over with. But if you're helping people, spread it out. Make them remember. Why does this work? Psychology. When you cause pain all at once, layoffs, breakups, cutting someone off, it's one wound. people process it, hate you for a moment, then move on. But if you hurt people slowly, little by little, they suffer continuously. They resent you longer. The pain lingers. On the flip side, if you give someone everything at once, they get used to it. It becomes expected. They forget you gave it to them. But if you give benefits slowly, small favors, gradual raises, incremental help, they feel grateful every single time. Is this manipulative? Absolutely, but you've seen it work. The boss who gives tiny bonuses instead of one big raise. The partner who gives just enough attention to keep you hooked. The friend who helps you only when it's visible to others. Machiavelli understood that memory is selective, and people remember how you made them feel over time, not what you actually did. Rule 4. Keep your friends close, but destroy your enemies completely. Machiavelli had a brutal rule about enemies. If you're going to go after someone, don't wound them. Finish them. Why? Because a wounded enemy becomes a vengeful enemy. If you hurt someone but don't completely remove their power, they'll spend every moment plotting their revenge. They'll wait. They'll gather allies. And when you least expect it, they'll strike back twice as hard. Machiavelli said, men ought either to be well treated or crushed, because they can avenge themselves of lighter injuries, of more serious ones they cannot. Translation: small attacks create enemies, total victories eliminate threats. This plays out everywhere. The co-worker you sabotage but don't get fired. They'll undermine you for years. The ex you hurt but don't fully cut off. They'll weaponize your kindness. The competitor you weaken but don't eliminate. They'll come back stronger. Now, most of us aren't rulers eliminating political rivals, but the principle applies. If you're going to confront someone, make it count. Don't half-commit. Don't leave room for retaliation. Either stay completely neutral or remove the threat entirely. Anything in between creates lifelong enemies. Rule 5. Appear virtuous even if you're not. Here's Machiavelli's most cynical truth. It's more important to seem good than to be good. He said, everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Why? Because most people judge you based on image, not reality. They don't know what you do in private. They don't see your motives. They only see what you show them. So Machiavelli said, project the image of virtue, honesty, kindness, integrity, even when your actions are ruthless. The best leaders, he argued, knew how to seem moral while doing immoral things. They smiled while they schemed. They spoke of justice while securing power. Is this evil? Maybe, but it's also reality. Think about politicians who preach family values while living double lives. Corporations that advertise sustainability while polluting. People who post inspirational quotes while treating others terribly in private. They understand what Machiavelli knew. Reputation is everything, and reputation is built on perception, not truth. The modern version? Personal branding, social media curation, everyone projecting the best version of themselves while hiding the mess. Machiavelli would look at Instagram and say, of course, they understand. So what do you do with this? Here's the thing. I'm not telling you to become Machiavellian. I'm telling you to recognize it. Because these tactics, they're being used on you right now by bosses, partners, politicians, marketers, people you trust. And if you don't see it coming, you'll be the one getting manipulated. Understanding power doesn't make you corrupt. It makes you protected. So the question isn't, will you use these tactics? The question is, Will you recognize them when someone uses them on you? Machiavelli didn't write The Prince to create monsters. He wrote it to reveal the monsters that already existed, and 500 years later, they're still here. If this opened your eyes to something you hadn't seen before, subscribe, because we're going deeper into the psychology of power, manipulation, and the hidden rules that run the world. Next video: how to spot a Machiavellian person before they destroy you. See you there.